As there comes to an end, most people feel two things at the same time: excitement and anxiety. Excitement for a fresh start, anxiety because deep down they don't want to repeat the same year again. Everyone says next year will be different, but without a clear plan, next year usually looks exactly like the last one. What if you didn't just hope for a better year? What if you could actually design it? Today I am going to show you a simple science-backed framework that does exactly that. This is not about vague revolutions or temporary motivation. It's about using your past as a data and turning it into a clear roadmap for the future you actually want. Over the next few minutes, I will walk you through 6 powerful questions. I will explain why each one matters, how to answer it honestly, and how to turn your answers into real action. So grab a notebook and a pen because this is not just a reflection, this is a reset. In the name of the kind and merciful Allah, hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Before we jump into the question, you need to understand one core idea. An amazing year is not luck, it's choice, and good choices come from good data. That data already exists in your last 12 months. Think of this process as a personal audit. We look backward not to judge, but to understand. And from that understanding, we build a roadmap forward. Let's start with the first question, the one most people avoid, but the one that matters most. Question number 1. What were the low points of the year? Why start with the negative? Because ignoring difficult experiences doesn't make them disappear. Unprocessed moments stay in the background, quietly influencing your energy, decisions, and emotions. Your low points are not failures. They are data. They show you what drains you, what challenges you, what no longer serves you. To answer this honestly, don't just sit and think. Review your year. Scroll through your camera roll, look at your calendar, read old messages or general entries. Ask yourself, when did I feel stressed or overwhelmed? When did I feel disappointed or emotionally exhausted? What moments stay with me longer than they should have? Write everything down, big or small. This is not about relieving pain, it's about observing patterns. Did certain people drain your energy? Did certain expectations create pressure? Did you neglect rest, health, or boundaries? Be honest, because this information is a gift. For me, one of the lowest points of the year was realizing how much I was expecting from everyone around me. When people didn't act the way I imagined, I blamed myself. I felt guilty. I questioned my worth. I overthought everything. That stress pushed me to a breaking point. I experienced a panic attack, and for 2 weeks my left hand was completely numb. And that moment taught me something powerful. Unmanaged expectations can destroy your peace faster than failure ever could. Question number 2. What were the high points of the year? This is where you find your fuel, your joy, your motivation. Your highs reveal what truly lights you up, what gives you energy, and what you are willing to work for. Just like with the lows, don't just think about it. Look back through your camera roll, scroll through those photos and videos. Which moments make you smile, feel proud, energized, or deeply content? It doesn't have to be a massive achievement. Often the most profound highs come from small everyday moments. Did you have a conversation that inspired you? Did you learn something new that excited you? Did you spend genuine time with the loved ones? Did you overcome a small fear? Write everything down. These are the experiences you want to replicate and expand. These moments show your true desires, your passions, and the activities that align with your best self. What makes your heart sing? What gives you purpose? Identify these moments. They are crucial data for designing a future filled with more of what you love. For me, the high points of my year were spending quality time with my family and fully enjoying every event together. Meeting people from different cultures, which broadened my perspective and understanding of the world. The best and amazing activities I did this year were starting consistent reading and scheduling exercise, the habits that strengthen both my mindset and my health. Question number 3. What did you learn this year? This is where your highs and lows turn into wisdom. Your experiences were not random, they were feedback. Look at your year and ask, what patterns keep repeating? What situations drained you? What moments gave you energy? If a low point was constant overwhelm, maybe you learn that your boundaries are too weak. If a high point was feeling alive while creating, maybe you learn that creativity isn't optional for you, it's a fuel. These questions help you understand your operating system. What creates peace? What creates stress? What are your triggers? What are your non-negotiables? Because growth doesn't come from asking what happened. It comes from asking what did this teach me about how I live, think, and attach. For me, the biggest lesson was this. I learned not to emotionally attach my peace to people, places, or outcomes. Not because life is wrong, but because life is so unpredictable. I realized I was depending on people emotionally. When they were close, I felt whole. When they pulled away, I felt lost. I didn't lose them, I lost myself. And that taught me something hard but freeing. When you depend your happiness on others, you hand them the power to break you. Life doesn't promise stability, it demands preparedness. This year, I became for myself what I was trying to be for everyone else. I became my own support, my own encouragement, my own safe place. And that lesson changed everything. Now that we have reflected, it's time to move forward. Because insight without action changes nothing. The next three questions is exactly about that. What will you stop, continue, or start doing? Question number 4. What will you stop doing? Think of this as subtraction before addition. To make room for the new, for the better, you have often to let go of the old. It's simple yet profoundly powerful and often overlooked. Look back at your low points and the lessons they taught you. What habits, commitments, expectations, or relationships no longer serve you? What drains your energy, keeps you stuck, or pulls you away from your true self? This could be a bad habit, scrolling mindlessly, saying yes to things you don't truly want, a draining commitment, a volunteer role that became burden, endless meetings with no results, unhelpful mindset, negative self-talk, perfectionism, comparing yourself to others, outdated expectations, living to meet someone else's ideal, or chasing a past version of yourself. What are you ready to release? Be brief. Letting go creates space for growth. What do you need to subtract to make room for what truly matters? For me, it's letting go of expectations of others, and even of myself. I release the version of me that held me into attachment, high expectation, and constant overwhelm. Most people talk about letting go of relationships or bad habits, and that matters. But sometimes the hardest thing to release is your old self. I am letting go of the version that kept me stuck, anxious, and emotionally dependent. I don't fight it anymore. I release it. I stop blaming myself for things outside my control. I take responsibility for my own actions, not for other people's reaction. And in that space, freedom begins. Question number 5. What will you continue doing? This is about recognizing your wins and doubling down on what's already working. We often focus on what to fix, but it's just as important, maybe even more, to identify and amplify what's already great. Go back to your high points and the lessons they taught you. Which routines, habits, activities, or relationships brought you joy, energy, or success? What made you feel productive, connected, or alive? This could be a healthy habit, morning meditation, gym sessions, or meal prepping, a positive routine, family dinners, weekly check-ins with a mentor, creative projects, a supportive relationship, time spent with a friend or family member, a successful strategy, a method that helps you solve problems or manage your projects effectively. These are pillars of your success and well-being. Don't abandon them. Acknowledge their value and commit to continuing them. Ask yourself, How can I make sure these positive elements remain consistent in my life? For me, it's spending quality time with my family, reading and exercising. Reading and exercising became anchors this year. They help me overcome overthinking, stress, and anxiety. They ground me, bring me back to myself, and remind me that I am in control of my own growth. When I exercise, I feel a real sense of self care and self love. It reconnects me with my body and mind and reminds me taking care of yourself isn't selfish, it's necessary. Question number 6. What will you start doing? This is where everything comes together. You're no longer reflecting, you're designing your future. Based on what you have learned from the first 5 questions, what new actions will make your next year truly exceptional? They are not random revolutions. They are intentional choices born from your reflection. What new habits, projects, relationships, or learning experiences will move you closer to the person you want to become or the life you want to live? Consider a new habit, morning routine, daily reading, waking up earlier, or fitness challenge. New skills, learning a language, mastering a hobby, or taking a course that excites you. New experiences, planning a trip, or trying something new every month. Joining a community or club. New boundaries, practicing saying no or setting a clear expectations in work or relationships. Write this down. Writing transforms intentions into action. Be specific. Be excited. These are your future chapters, waiting for you to create them. There you have it. 6 questions that can truly transform your year. This is not just an exercise. It's an investment in yourself. Take the time, go through each question honestly, and watch the clarity, purpose, and the energy you gain. I challenge you, set aside an hour this week to do this. You will be amazed at what you uncover. And when you're done, come back here. I want to hear from you in the comments. Which of these 6 questions resonated with you most? What is one thing you are committed to stopping, continuing, or starting? Share your insights. I will be reading every comment. And if this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Check out my next video.